right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers. This is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown, day 205 by my count. Alright, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and the notification bell thing, blah, 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 the thing. Help Kyle out here. So, what's going on? What's going down? What's happening? There's much ado about nothing, it seems, in the Trumposphere. His tax returns were released, or God, I want to try to use my words here. His tax documents. I don't know if they were returns even. I haven't read the coverage. I've read the coverage of the coverage, right? Of what this is and what it means. So his tax documents seem to indicate that he has paid very little in taxes at some times, and then a lot in taxes at other times. And something on fire? What's going on? This is going to be painted as a very big deal, but I'm sort of, by people who I know about these kinds of things, it's not really that big of a deal. Like it's like you offset your taxes from year to year when you have the kinds of holdings and real estate and assets and things that somebody like Donald Trump has. It's like you offset it from year to year based on things that are happening, and the IRS and our tax code also fluctuates and shifts. So it's like you're not paying an exact amount of money every year, and everybody knows this. You fill out your W-2s, and it's a little bit different from year to year. That's basically the idea. But when you're dealing with assets in the tens to hundreds of millions of dollars, like real estate in New York City, at least pre-Pandemonium, the amount of taxes you pay, and then the write-offs and things. So, like, people are like, Trump wrote off like $70,000 worth of hair care or whatever, and you're like, yeah, okay. Like, the tax code allows for that. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm not even saying it's ethical or not. It's just that is a thing you're allowed to do, because this whole system is a complete, well, I don't want to say it's a complete farce, but it is farcical. Something like that. So I'm not particularly interested in the whole debate, the whole issue. It's like, yeah, rich people pay accountants to get them out of paying taxes. And people are like, it's tax avoidance. Yeah, it's not tax evasion. Tax evasion is literally illegal. Tax avoidance is what you pay accountants for. So I'm not particularly upset or interested per se in this whole thing. And this is all, again, just noise before the election. And I guess we have to wait for the October surprise that's supposedly coming, and there's some October surprise, and then Trump will be finished, and the walls will finally finish closing in, because they've been closing in this whole time. If you don't know what I'm talking about by saying the walls are closing in, I'll find a compilation, and maybe I'll include it with the video here. They've been saying this for years. What's the other thing? I'm trying to sort this out. I don't quite know exactly what's going on. It's Brad Parscale. Brad Parscale was, I believe, the media communications director for the Trump admin, or for the Trump campaign anyway. He's apparently he's a giant. Apparently he's like 6'9" or some shit. See that right there? You see that? That's going to keep happening in larger and larger numbers as civilization recovers. Good work, traffic planners. Good work. Idiots. No, Brad Parscale, apparently, he's a very large bearded man. I believe communications director, so, call it propaganda minister. I don't mean that in a negative way, it is what it is. Propaganda minister for the Trump campaign. And he got, is he in the hospital after a suicide attempt? Or was he arrested? Like, there's body cam video of him getting taken to the ground and cuffed, but then he's in the hospital? I'm trying to sort out all this reporting, right? He's, shirtless, wearing some, board shorts in his driveway, and I think this is in Florida, and they took him into custody. And they took him to the ground for no real reason, and he's, drinking a beer in his driveway, which, hey, have fun, do what you want to do. You should be able to drink a beer in your driveway. The issue is that allegedly there was a domestic situation with his wife, and she had bruising. So it's quite possible that this guy committed violence against his spouse, and the police were there to help cover that. Not cover that up, to help with that situation. But it is the Roger Stone treatment, and this is what people are saying. So, because we live in a hyper-partisan hellscape, right? It's not just this guy beat his wife and is a bad guy and got arrested. That might be true. It also might be true that someone called the police because he was talking too loud while drunk, and then they created this whole scene and this whole scenario for political purposes, right? So I'm not saying one thing is true or the other. What I'm saying is pay attention to who's trying to get you to believe which narrative and why, right? So one narrative is this belligerent, drunk Trump guy. He's a Trumper, and he beats women and thinks that's fine, gets arrested. Okay? And good riddance, because we like the police again, right? The police are good and never make a mistake. Okay, so they're not making a mistake in this instance. Okay. Or this is sort of like a conspiracy to to make a high-profile Trump campaign person get arrested with sort of dramatic video and make it a whole thing right before the election, right? So I can see both both narratives. The issue is, which narrative are you going to believe and why? And is the guy okay? Is his wife okay? See, this is the thing. We immediately, because of the political aspect, we immediately jump to all these ulterior motives and all these other things. Was he hurting his wife? And is his wife okay? And when the police took him to the ground and then they arrested him, is he okay? And did he try to take his own life? Is he okay? It's not okay for people to try to take their own lives. In fact, it's rather unpleasant to think about, or to do, or to have to try to fix. But nobody cares, because everybody has have devolved into a bunch of fucking monsters who have lost all sense of compassion, right? Is this guy an alcoholic and he needs help? You don't care if you are on an opposing political team because you don't care about this guy's life, and you actually don't really care about his wife's life and health and safety. You don't either. You just care for political purposes. It's like everything involving Trump and Melania. People hate Melania until Melania maybe did something that Trump doesn't like. Now we like her again. See, she's one of us. She's actually on the inside. It's like, do you actually care about her? No, you don't. You don't. And so that's where we're at, is people pretending to care when it's convenient and pretending to not care when it's convenient. You've all become a bunch of sociopathic monsters, okay? And that includes, and I'll call y'all out. I'll call out the Trumpers and the MAGA people who never see Trump doing anything wrong. I'll call you out too, right? This isn't about This isn't about what's good or right. It's about your team or your guy winning. And I'm just tired of all of it. And this is the reason I attack the leftists, though, and liberals and the shit libs, is because they act like they are more compassionate, but they do this even more than the other side, than the MAGAs or the right wing or the conservatives do. It's all bleeding heart until somebody says something you don't fucking like, and then you become monsters, and you dox people, and you attack people, and you undermine people's legitimacy, and say that they don't even feel what they say they're feeling. Like, you just deny people's humanity when it's convenient, right? So I don't really traffic in that. I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to do that. You're on your own on that one. God, the streets in Seattle. See, this is why when I'm mayor, we will fix the streets. It's one of my 3 bullet points. Fix the streets, jobs not mobs, get the cruise ships back. I'm only kind of kidding. I keep kind of flirting with this idea, but I might be able to do it. I just need some money and a few signatures, and maybe we can do it. What else? Brad Parscale had some kind of breakdown, not doing well. He's in crisis, as they say. And then Trump tax returns are probably a nothing burger. I mean, it looks like it's a nothing burger amongst anybody who knows anything. And I literally talk to like lawyers and accountants on Twitter, and they're kind of like, yeah, this is not really that big of a deal. Like, this is people misunderstanding the tax code. So you're like, okay. But that doesn't mean that the various pundits and media outlets aren't going to keep hyping this story as though it's super significant. Is Trump avoiding paying taxes via, probably accountants, right? Like, is him avoiding paying taxes, is that big of a deal? Well, sort of, but that's the tax code. You don't like the tax code being the way that it is, then write your congressman. I don't know what to tell you. What are they supposed to just, oh, well, I'm just going to pay taxes because, there it is. They got me. It's like, no, there's a loophole. Well, the loophole is the loophole for a reason. And then you pay somebody to help you find the loophole so you can have your $70,000 worth of hair care written off as a business expense because it's part of your public persona or something to look a certain way. So then you can write off all that shit. Why wouldn't you do that? It's just leaving money on the table. Oh, you're just supposed to give the government money because it's on principle. You're supposed to pay taxes. You're supposed to let the government steal from you because, principle. All right. Well, we're heading into a Monday here, and I don't know. Everything is just terrible, and it just gets worse. But we'll see how this week plays out. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.